Good evening and welcome to St. Michael's Friday night prayer in Lent. Through Lent, we're continuing to pray for healing, and that can mean a dozen or more different things. Healing for whatever needs healing in our lives, in our communities and in the world. I hope that you're well, and I'm glad that you're joining me tonight. We gather here in your presence, God, in our need and bringing with us the needs of the world. We come to you, for you come to us in Jesus, and you know by experience what human life is like. We come with our faith and with our doubts. We come with our hopes and with our fears. We come as we are because you invite us to come, and you have promised never to turn us away. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We live in a world where much is amiss, and we regret any part we may have played in harming creation or causing pain. We come to confess our faults and recognise our frailty before you. Jesus, friend of sinners, you bring hope in our despair. Lord, have mercy. Jesus, healer of the sick, you give strength in our weakness. Christ, have mercy. Jesus, destroyer of evil, you bring life on our dying. Lord, have mercy. God of our hidden depths, show us that we are forgiven, so that we may forgive. Touch our wounds with your healing, so that we may be people who heal. Help us to be at peace with ourselves, so that we may become makers of your peace for others, through Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world. Amen. I praise the wounds and the blood of the Lamb that heals the weakness of my body. I praise the wounds and the blood of the Lamb that heals the weakness of my soul. I praise the wounds and the blood of the Lamb that heals the weakness of my spirit. I praise the blood of the Lamb that makes all things new. Amen. Our God is a God of all people, the God of heaven and earth, the God of sea and rivers, the God of sun and moon, the God of all the heavenly bodies, the God of the lofty mountains, the God of the lowly valleys. God is above the heavens and is beneath the heavens. Heaven and earth and sea and everything that is within them, such God has as God's abode. God inspires all things. God gives life to all things. God stands above all things, and God stands beneath all things. God of compassion and love, we offer you all our suffering and pain. Give us strength to bear our weakness, healing even when there is no cure, peace in the midst of turmoil, and love to fill the spaces in our lives. O Lord, kindle a flame in our hearts, that we may show your compassion in the world, and that through us Christ may walk on earth once more. Father, I abandon myself into your hands. Do with me what you will. Whatever you do, I will thank you. I am ready for all. I accept all. Let only your will be done in me, as in all your creatures, and I shall ask nothing else, my Lord. Into your hands I commend my spirit. I give it to you with all the love of my heart, for I love you, Lord, and so need to give myself, to surrender myself into your hands with a trust beyond all measure, because you are my Father. May God's blessings surround us and love fill our hearts. May Christ walk beside us and never depart. The Holy Spirit keep us faithful and strong to the end. As the stars light our pathway, sweet blessings descend. And may the God of hope fill us with all joy and peace in believing, that we may abound in hope in the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The main thing on my mind right now is Mother's Day coming up this weekend, and I guess that it's on my mind for lots of different reasons. I think what that marks in terms of our journey over the past 12 months. I remember recording the service in church this time last year before we were not allowed to go in anymore, and what an odd and emotional experience it was to record that service, just Mike and Paul and myself in the side chapel at St Michael's. And it's a reminder that many people won't have seen their mums for a really long time. My brother and my mum haven't seen each other since Christmas 2019, and that's incredibly difficult for them. It's also a reminder that even with the additional difficulties that Mother's Day has in the midst of the pandemic, that Mother's Day can be an incredibly difficult time anyway, for many reasons. For those who have a difficult relationship with their mum, or mums who have a difficult relationship with their child, or children. For those who have a broken relationship with a parent or a child, an abusive relationship with a parent or child. For those who long to be a mum, for whom that's never happened. And for those who have lost mums, for dads who have to be mum as well, for mums who have to be both parent. It's an incredibly difficult day for so many people, as well as being a joyful day for so many people. And all those things always go through my mind when we're planning a Mother's Day service, that actually it must be for so many people one of the hardest days of the year. And one thing that has really pleased me this year was when companies who in their marketing would usually target you at this time of year, those who have sent emails giving people the option to opt out of Mother's Day marketing, I think that that shows a great degree of compassion and sensitivity. And there has been a campaign from I heard about it through Griefcast, which is a podcast that I listen to from Carrie Lloyd, of people sharing their stories of grief, and she has definitely been spearheading that campaign for companies to give people the opportunity, hello doggy, to opt out of that kind of marketing that can be incredibly triggering. So for everyone who wishes to celebrate with their mum and can't, for all those for whom Mother's Day is difficult for other reasons, I pray for each of you this weekend. And I'd like to share a poem with you. It's a poem that I was looking for poems and prayers just to put a little leaflet together for the chapel at work today, just a little Mother's Day leaflet, and I came across this poem which I absolutely loved. I think its simplicity really spoke to me, and it's about finding joy in the smallest of things, which is something which I always talk about. And this poem is called The Orange, and it's by Wendy Cope. At lunchtime, I bought a huge orange. The size of it made us all laugh. I peeled it and shared it with Robert and Dave. They got quarters and I had a half. And that orange, it made me so happy, as ordinary things often do, just lately. The shopping, a walk in the park. This is peace and contentment. It's new. The rest of the day was quite easy. I did all the jobs on my list and enjoyed them and had some time left over. I love you. I'm glad I exist. And that's the final thought that I'll leave with you tonight. I hope that your weekend's okay, and I hope that your Mother's Day is okay. And I'll be back here again next Friday to share prayers with you. And I hope that you'll join me again. Good night.